Hi, my name is Danielle Gianni. I'm an anxiety, OCD, and relationship coach. And today we're going to talk about how to stop even the sneakiest of mental compulsions so you can stop the OCD cycle. Intrusive thoughts alone aren't what keeps OCD alive. It's actually the compulsions that we do, both mental and physical, that keeps us in the OCD cycle, bringing us more intrusive thoughts. Mental compulsions can be very sneaky. You might find yourself asking questions like, why do I feel this way? What does it mean? What does this say about me? Or maybe you're endlessly analyzing, reviewing memories, or mentally checking your feelings. All of this keeps the OCD cycle going because you're teaching your brain that you can't handle the thought that there is something scary, and that's not what we want to teach our brain in these moments. But the good news is you can stop the OCD cycle by stopping any mental and physical compulsion. And today I'm going to show you how. Mental compulsions are anything that you do to get rid of your discomfort, to gain certainty, or to gain some sort of perfection. Unlike physical compulsions like avoidance or asking reassurance-seeking questions or searching the internet for answers, these happen inside your head. And here's some examples. Rumination, mental checking or scanning your thoughts, your feelings, or your body, replaying past events in your head, neutralizing these thoughts with more positive thoughts, giving yourself reassurance like telling yourself I'm a good person. So what's the problem with these? These compulsions may give you temporary relief, but they teach your brain that there's a problem with these thoughts, they're not normal, and I need to fix them right now. And this only makes these thoughts more sticky, give them more power, and actually makes them more frequent. The only way that your brain is going to learn to let go of intrusive thoughts and not give them so much attention is through disinterest and non-reaction. When you stop the compulsions, you break the OCD cycle. Intrusive thoughts lose their power when they're not met with a reaction or a response, whether that be emotionally or physically. Without compulsions, there's no reinforcement, and when you don't reinforce the intrusive thoughts, they fade naturally. So how do you actually stop doing mental compulsions? Here's your roadmap. First, you build awareness. You have to recognize when you're doing them. And as you build awareness and recognize that you're doing them, then you label it. This is a compulsion. Number 2, you're going to allow uncertainty. You can say to yourself, maybe this is true, maybe it's not. Who knows? But I'm not going to try to figure it out. 3, you're going to practice response prevention. Preventing the compulsive response. You're going to resist the urge to answer the question, to fix the problem, or to get rid of the discomfort. Then you're going to redirect your attention back to the present moment or some sort of external task. 4, you're going to expect discomfort at first. Stopping compulsions will feel uncomfortable. They're currently the only coping mechanism that you know how to do, but they're making it worse, and we're going to give you these techniques to actually make it better. So allow the discomfort. Discomfort is not danger. There's nothing actually happening in your environment that's dangerous. Discomfort is growth, and it will fade over time. And number 5, you're going to stay really, really consistent with this. Every time you choose not to do a compulsion, you are retraining your brain not to give attention, not to try to fix, and teaching it a new response. And over time, the urges to do these compulsions will get weaker and weaker and weaker. I used to do compulsions almost 24 hours a day, and they're very, very rare for me now. So you can do this with time and consistency. Mental compulsions are sneaky, but they are very, very beatable. Stopping them takes awareness, the willingness to feel discomfort, and daily practice. You really don't need to solve every thought, every discomfort, and you don't need to get certainty because it doesn't even exist. You only need to let these thoughts and feelings be there and stop engaging. And that is how you stop feeding the OCD cycle and breaking free. And please understand, we do have to stop all compulsions and keep them at 0 to get to and stay in the recovery stage. So when your brain tells you, oh, I can just do it one time, or I can do this a little bit, it's normal to think about things. I promise you, compulsive responses like this are not normal, and we do have to stop them if we want to stop the symptoms of OCD. If this video is helpful for you, like, subscribe, and share this with somebody that you think might need to hear this today.